Hello dear friends, my name is Adam and this is YouTube channel Adam Fusman, and in this video I would like to share with you my experience about passing exam for North Carolina HVAC H-3-1 class license. And before I will begin and telling my story, I would like to share with you the numbers of books you can bring with you to the examination, because this is examination open book, and open book means you can bring with you approved reference books. The one of the reference book which is approved is Modern Refrigeration and Air Conditioning 21st edition. Actually you can bring 22nd edition as well, but because I had 21st and I have all tabs here already from my previous exams, so I brought this particular book with me. So this is the number one, the book which is gonna help you on this exam. And the exam itself, it's 4 hours and it does include 98 questions. And it's not kind of the questions, because there's many questions with calculations. The other book which you can use during the examination, it's called Residential Code of North Carolina State Building Code. So here's, as you can see, not many tabs I had, but maybe 1 or 2 questions became from this actual book. Next but not least is North Carolina State Building Code Mechanical Code. This book actually does have more tabs than previous one, but it's kind of very tiny but very useful. Very useful because too many questions, about maybe 10-15 questions coming from mechanical code. The other one, tiny book as well, with just 3 tabs on it, Administrative Code and Policies, North Carolina. Useful. Maybe 1-2 questions from this actual book, but it's still, you can find something there. And the other one, it's called Manual Q, Commercial Duct System Design, with many tabs here. And actually the other books does have many light highlights here. You can just read all of these things, and just by using yellow marker, Sharpie highlighter, just highlighting all of these texts using the course I'm gonna tell you about a little later. So the other book is called Fuel Gas Code, North Carolina State Building Code, Fuel Gas Code. Maybe 5 to 10 questions from this book actually, because here's a lot of highlights as well. And you have to use the table 402, schedule 40 metallic pipe. It is like for the gas calculation questions. And there's about 4 or 5 maybe gas calculation questions. And for sure, duct to ladder itself, duct sizing calculations, and which is approved from ACA, Air Conditioning Contractors of America. So you can use only this particular ductulator. Another one, Energy Conservation Code, North Carolina State Building Code. So maybe 2-3 questions from this book, not many, but it's kind of like what's kind of minimum coefficient of performance of water heater or heat pump water heater can be used, blah blah blah. So all the answers does have in this book. The other book, here's could be about 10 questions, very tiny book, but it's called Laws and Rules, General Statutes, Chapter 87, Article 2, State of Board of Examiners of Plumbing, Heating and Fire Sprinklers Contractors. for North Carolina. Yep, very useful book with a lot of stuff which is highlighted. The other book, very useful, Manual J, Residential Load Calculations. So here's a lot of tables you can use, like about infiltration, load calculations, heating, like heat, cool, and many other questions you can find here, or like North Carolina design temperatures, depending which is city. You can use all these wonderful tables and go from there. You have to use this book on this exam. Next, but not least, Manual D, Residential Deck Design. Many tabs, very useful book on this exam, because as you can see here, highlighting on the fittings. So all these fittings could be asked you about on the exam, or for example, coil resistance, for what kind of air pressure drop you will have if you will put to the duct system this particular coil on wet condition or dry condition, or maybe heater resistant. So something like this, a lot of stuff. And the last one from my big bag. Hey, trying to find my head. So the last one is commercial load calculation. So a lot of tabs here as well, with the same design temperatures and the other performance values with light, commercial light heating loads, like a cooling loads, ventilation loads, blah blah blah, air values, Q values, etc, etc, etc. So what about the exam, the courses I took for go through all these amazing, here you go, I have it, amazing test. So the first one, I used the online course from rocketcert.com, and I used it for trying to pass this exam twice, and I failed. But anyway, the course itself very helpful. But what I found more helpful is to use the course from Michael Prattle from Technical Training Institute with this particular guide how to pass this examination. And Michael Prattle does have very nice, very useful 2 days, 12 hours each days course. You can go through with him through all these books, highlight a lot of stuff, and actually go through this guide, which is actually very thick as well. So here's a lot of examples, like wise questions and calculations you can be faced on the exam itself, and very actually useful. So Michael Prattle himself tells people what the North Carolina exam, most difficult HVAC exam in the United States. And because I'm the licensed contractor in many states like California, Hawaii, North Carolina for this moment as well, it is in Florida, Texas, and I would say it's really is most difficult HVAC exam in the United States. So don't hesitate to go for his course, Technical Training Institute, and you're gonna find what is very difficult to get all these through questions and calculations, but it is useful. So if you would like to get HVAC license in North Carolina state, this is just a one way to do it. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.